The critically acclaimed sitcom Frank's Place gave us just one magical season of New Orleans' charm, authentic characters, and groundbreaking television. Yet this beloved show's legacy is shadowed by profound loss. Six talented actors who brought the Chez Louisiane to life have since passed away, leaving behind unforgettable performances and taking pieces of television history with them to their graves. Frances E. Williams. Frances E. Williams brought dignity and warmth to Frank's Place as Miss Marie Walker, the restaurant's eldest waitress who had earned the special privilege of serving only the most loyal customers. Her character was the heart of the Chez Louisiane, a woman who had seen decades of New Orleans life pass through those doors and who carried herself with the quiet authority that comes from years of experience. When Miss Marie spoke, everyone listened, and Williams played her with a perfect blend of maternal wisdom and no-nonsense strength that made her instantly memorable to viewers. Born Frances Elizabeth Jones on September 17, 1905, in East Orange, New Jersey, Williams grew up in a working-class family where her father drove a delivery wagon and her mother worked as a laundress. After her father died, the family moved to Cleveland, Ohio, where Williams discovered her passion for theater while still in high school. She began working at the Playhouse Settlement in East Orange, writing and directing plays for both children and adults. Her talent was evident early on, and she eventually made her way to the renowned Karamu House Theater, where she spent 14 years honing her craft. Williams' career took an extraordinary turn when her friend Langston Hughes suggested she travel to the Soviet Union to study theater. In 1934, she spent 2 years training at the Meyerhold Theater and even appeared in the 1936 film The Circus, alongside Russian cinema star Lyubov Orlova. This international experience broadened her perspective and skills, preparing her for a groundbreaking career back in the United States. She moved to Hollywood in 1941, where she became a fierce advocate for civil rights and opportunities for black actors in the entertainment industry. Throughout her long career, Williams appeared in over 40 films and numerous television shows, including memorable roles in Showboat with Ava Gardner, The Jerk with Steve Martin, and Magnificent Doll with Ginger Rogers. However, her impact extended far beyond acting. She served on the boards of both the Screen Actors Guild and Actors Equity for 20 years, fighting tirelessly to open doors for actors of color. Williams also co-founded Los Angeles's first black theater company and helped establish several other important cultural organizations, including the American Indian Theater and East-West Players. Frances E. Williams died on January 2, 1995, in Los Angeles at the age of 89, following complications from a stroke she had suffered shortly after her birthday. Her death marked the end of a remarkable 7-decade career that had seen her break barriers, mentor young artists, and create lasting change in Hollywood. Her role as Miss Marie on Frank's Place was one of her final performances, a fitting capstone to a life spent bringing authentic, dignified characters to life on screen and fighting for justice behind the scenes. Charles Lampkin. Charles Lampkin brought a gentle wisdom to Frank's Place as Tiger Shepin, the fatherly bartender who served as both confidant and counselor to the restaurant's patrons and staff. Tiger was the kind of character who could mix drinks and dispense life advice with equal skill, and Lampkin's warm presence made every scene he appeared in feel more grounded and authentic. His character often explained the complexities of New Orleans culture to Frank, helping both the main character and viewers understand the rich traditions and social dynamics of the city. When Tiger spoke about why their working-class customers ate at home during the week, or why white folks were afraid to come into the neighborhood at night, his observations carried the weight of lived experience. Born on March 17, 1913, in Cleveland, Ohio, Lampkin grew up during a time when opportunities for black performers were severely limited, but his talent and determination helped him carve out a remarkable career that spanned multiple artistic disciplines. His early life was shaped by both struggle and education, and he eventually found his way to California, where he began building a reputation as both an actor and a musician. Lampkin's path to success was not straightforward. as he faced the same barriers that confronted many black artists of his generation, but his persistence and versatility eventually opened doors that seemed impossible to breach. Lampkin's acting career included significant roles in films that would become classics, most notably his appearance in Cocoon, where he played Pops, and his work in Arch Oboler's groundbreaking science fiction film, 5, which was the first movie to deal with nuclear holocaust. In 5, Lampkin introduced director Oboler to The Creation by James Weldon Johnson and convinced him to include excerpts in the script, which may have been the first time wide audiences in the United States, Latin America, and Europe were exposed to African American poetry. His television work included memorable appearances on popular shows like That Girl, where he played various characters over several episodes, and he was nominated for an Emmy Award in 1979 for his performance in the television special Home Run for Love. Beyond acting, Lampkin was an accomplished classical musician who composed a piano concerto in G minor and served as music director of the American People's Chorus from 1943 to 1945. In 1944, he conducted Paul Robeson and the chorus at the historic Negro Freedom Rally at Madison Square Garden, with notable figures like Uta Hagen and Cardinal Spellman in attendance. From 1969 to 1981, he worked as an artist-in-residence and professor of music and theater arts at Santa Clara University, where he taught courses in beginning acting and ethnic music, becoming a pioneer of multicultural education in California. Charles Lampkin died on April 17, 1989, in San Jose, California, at the age of 76, while Frank's Place was still fresh in viewers' memories and his character Tiger Sheppin remained beloved by fans. His death represented the loss of a true Renaissance man who had excelled as an actor, musician, composer, educator, and cultural ambassador throughout his long and varied career. Bea Richards. Bea Richards delivered one of the most powerful performances in Frank's Place history during her guest appearance in the episode called The Bridge, a role that earned her an Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Performance in a Comedy Series in 1988. Her character was a grieving widow dealing with the possible suicide of her husband, and Richards brought such depth and authenticity to the role that she elevated the entire episode from simple comedy to profound drama. The performance showcased exactly what made Frank's Place special, as it tackled serious subjects with sensitivity, while still maintaining its unique blend of humor and heart. Richards' ability to convey decades of pain, love, and resilience in just one episode demonstrated why she was considered one of the finest actresses of her generation. Born Beulah Elizabeth Richardson on July 12, 1920 in Vicksburg, Mississippi, Richards grew up in the Deep South during an era when opportunities for black performers were almost non-existent. Despite these challenges, she was encouraged early in her career by none other than Billie Holiday, who recognized her talent and urged her to pursue acting professionally. Richards attended Dillard University in New Orleans and later moved to New York City in 1950 to chase her dreams of becoming a stage actress. Her breakthrough came in 1960, when she was cast in the original Broadway production of Lorraine Hansberry's groundbreaking play, A Raisin in the Sun, where she starred alongside Sidney Poitier in a production that changed American theater forever. Richards built an impressive career that spanned stage, screen, and television, becoming known for her portrayals of strong, dignified African-American women who faced adversity with grace and determination. Her film work included memorable roles in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner in 1967, where she played Sidney Poitier's mother and earned both Academy Award and Golden Globe nominations for Best Supporting Actress. She also appeared in important films like Hurry Sundown, The Great White Hope, where she played James Earl Jones' mother, and later in her career, Toni Morrison's beloved. On television, she had recurring roles on popular shows like ER, where she played Eric LaSalle's mother, and made guest appearances on The Bill Cosby Show and Roots, The Next Generation. Beyond acting, Richards was also a talented poet and playwright who used her voice to address social issues and civil rights. She wrote and performed in 3 of her own plays, including A Black Woman Speaks, One is a Crowd, and her one-woman show, An Evening with Bea Richards. Her 1,950 poem, A Black Woman Speaks of White Womanhood, of White Supremacy, and of Peace, became an influential piece in the civil rights movement when she performed it at the American People's Peace Congress in 1951, inspiring many activists and helping to spark a movement for Black women's rights. Bea Richards died of emphysema on September 14, 2000, at her home in Vicksburg, Mississippi, at the age of 80. Her death came just days after she had won her 2nd Emmy Award for a guest appearance on The Practice, though she was too ill to attend the ceremony and had to have the award presented to her at home by actress Lisa Gay Hamilton. The timing made her passing even more poignant, as she left the world at the peak of renewed recognition for her extraordinary talents and contributions to American theater and television. Lincoln Kilpatrick. Lincoln Kilpatrick brought unforgettable charm and complexity to Frank's place as Reverend Tyrone Deal, a smooth-talking preacher who was always in constant search of a church or a con man's opportunity. His character walked the fine line between genuine faith and opportunistic scheming, and Kilpatrick played him with such skill that viewers were never quite sure whether to trust him or laugh at his latest scheme. Reverend Deal would show up at the Chez Louisiane with grand plans and persuasive words, sometimes offering legitimate spiritual guidance, and other times pursuing questionable business ventures. Kilpatrick's performance made the character both entertaining and believable, capturing the kind of colorful personality that could actually exist in the real New Orleans neighborhoods that Frank's place portrayed so authentically. Born on February 12, 1931, in St. Emon, Louis, Missouri, Lincoln Kilpatrick grew up during the Great Depression and discovered his passion for acting while attending Lincoln University in Missouri, where he earned a degree in drama. His talent was recognized early, and he was encouraged by the legendary Billie Holiday to pursue a professional acting career. This encouragement led him to New York City in the late 1950s, where he began working in theater during one of the most exciting periods in American drama. His breakthrough came when he was cast in the original Broadway production of A Raisin in the Sun in 1959, starring alongside Sidney Poitier in a groundbreaking play that challenged racial stereotypes and opened doors for Black actors across the entertainment industry. Kilpatrick's stage career flourished throughout the 1960s as he took on roles in important plays that dealt with civil rights and social justice issues. He appeared in James Baldwin's powerful drama Blues for Mr. Charlie, as well as The Slave and the Blacks, sharing the stage with other talented performers like Louis Gossett Jr. and Cicely Tyson. His work in theater earned him recognition as a serious dramatic actor, and he made history by becoming the first African-American member of the prestigious Lincoln Center Repertory Company, breaking yet another barrier in the entertainment world. When Kilpatrick transitioned to film and television in the 1970s, he built an impressive resume that included more than 40 movies and numerous television appearances. His film work included roles in popular movies like Cool Breeze, Soul Soldier, and Uptown Saturday Night, as well as science fiction films such as The Omega Man, Soylent Green, and Chosen Survivors. On television, he appeared in popular series like The Leslie Uggams Show and Matt Houston, always bringing professionalism and depth to his performances. Beyond acting, Kilpatrick was also dedicated to education and mentorship, co-founding the Kilpatrick Cambridge Theatre Arts School in Hollywood to help train the next generation of performers. Lincoln Kilpatrick died on May 18, 2004, at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles from complications related to lung cancer. He was 72 years old and had been battling the disease for some time before his death. His passing marked the end of a career that had spanned more than 4 decades and had helped break down racial barriers in theater, film, and television, leaving behind a legacy of groundbreaking performances and a commitment to creating opportunities for other actors of color. Virginia Capers. Virginia Capers commanded every scene she appeared in on Frank's Place as Bertha Griffin Lamour, the formidable mother of Hannah Griffin and owner of one of New Orleans' most prominent funeral homes. Confined to a wheelchair but never diminished in spirit, Bertha was a force of nature who could intimidate anyone with just a look or a sharp word. Capers played her with such fierce authority that viewers could easily believe this woman had built a successful business empire while raising a daughter and dealing with the social complexities of New Orleans society. Her character brought both comic relief and dramatic weight to the show, especially in scenes where she would clash with Frank or offer stern advice to her daughter Hannah about matters of the heart and business. Born Eliza Virginia Capers on September 22, 1925, in Sumter, South Carolina, she grew up in the segregated South during a time when opportunities for black performers were extremely limited. Despite these challenges, Capers was determined to pursue her love of music and theater, eventually making her way to Washington, D.C., to attend the prestigious Howard University, where she studied music and drama. She later continued her training at the renowned Juilliard School in New York City, one of the most competitive music conservatories in the world. Her classical training gave her a solid foundation that would serve her well throughout her career, whether she was performing in musicals, dramatic plays, or television shows. Capers began her professional career in an unusual place for a black performer of her era, working in Yiddish theater in New York City during the late 1950s. This experience helped her develop her skills and led to opportunities on Broadway, where she worked as an understudy for Adelaide Hall in the musical Jamaica in 1957 and appeared in the cast of Saratoga, a musical by Harold Arlen and Johnny Mercer, in 1959. Her big breakthrough came in 1973, when she was cast as Lena Younger in Raisin, the musical adaptation of Lorraine Hansberry's groundbreaking play, A Raisin in the Sun. Her powerful performance earned her the Tony Award for Best Lead Actress in a Musical in 1974, making her one of the few black actresses to win this prestigious honor during that era. While Capers continued to work on stage, she also built an impressive career in film and television, appearing in movies that would become classics of American cinema. In 1972, she played the mother of Diana Ross's character in Lady Sings the Blues, the biographical film about jazz legend Billie Holiday that earned Ross an Academy Award nomination. She also appeared in films like Trouble Man and The Lost Man, always bringing depth and authenticity to her maternal roles. On television, she made guest appearances on popular shows like The Untouchables, Have Gun Will Travel, Mannix, and Dragnet, and later in her career appeared on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and The Hughleys. Virginia Capers died on May 6, 2004, in Los Angeles at the age of 78. Her death came just 12 days before Lincoln Kilpatrick's passing, meaning that Frank's Place lost 2 of its beloved cast members within less than 2 weeks. Capers left behind a legacy of groundbreaking performances that had helped open doors for other black actresses, and her Tony Award win remained a significant achievement that paved the way for future generations of performers on Broadway. Tony Burton. Tony Burton brought both toughness and tenderness to Frank's Place as Big Arthur, the accomplished cook who ruled the Chez Louisiane kitchen with an iron fist and a generous heart. His character was proud of his culinary skills but insisted on being called the cook, not the chef, a distinction that said everything about his working-class roots and honest approach to his craft. Big Arthur was the kind of character who could intimidate anyone who dared to question his cooking methods, but he also showed genuine care for the restaurant's staff and customers. Burton's performance captured the essence of a man who had found his calling in the kitchen and wasn't about to let anyone mess with his domain, bringing authenticity to the role through his own experiences with hard work and determination. Born Anthony Mabron Burton on March 23, 1937, in Flint, Michigan, he grew up in a working-class family and excelled in both athletics and academics during his high school years. At Flint Northern High School, Burton was a star football player who scored 13 touchdowns in his senior year and was selected for the All-City and All-Valley teams while also earning recognition as an All-State honorable mention. He was equally talented as a boxer, winning the Michigan Golden Gloves heavyweight championship twice, in 1955 and 1957, before turning professional and fighting in the light heavyweight division from 1958 to 1959. However, Burton's life took a difficult turn when he was convicted of robbery and sentenced to serve 3.5 years in a California prison. It was during his time in prison that Burton discovered his passion for acting through a therapeutic workshop that used drama exercises to help inmates work through emotional issues. After his release, he began working with small theater companies in and around Los Angeles, where his natural talent and life experiences helped him create compelling performances that caught the attention of casting directors. His breakthrough came when he was cast as Tony Duke Evers in the original Rocky movie in 1976, playing the trainer and manager of Apollo Creed, Rocky Balboa's opponent. The role was perfect for Burton, combining his boxing background with his acting skills, and it led to appearances in 5 more Rocky films over the next 30 years. Beyond the Rocky franchise, Burton built an impressive career as a character actor, appearing in memorable films like Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, where he played garage owner Larry Durkin, and famously defeated the perfectionist director in chess games during filming breaks. He also appeared in comedies like Stir Crazy and Armed and Dangerous, and had a role in The Bingo Long-Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings, a film about a black baseball team. On television, Burton was a regular cast member on Frank's Place and made guest appearances on popular shows like Chicago Hope, The Rockford Files, and Sanford and Son, always bringing professionalism and depth to his performances. Tony Burton died of pneumonia on February 26, 2016, at a Southern California hospital at the age of 78. He had been in failing health for some time, which prevented him from appearing in Creed, the 7th Rocky movie that was released in 2015. His wife of 36 years, Aurelian Ray Burton, was by his side when he passed away, along with his longtime friend and Rocky co-star Mike Wolfe, who remembered Burton as someone who was just as genuine off-camera as he appeared on screen. Burton's death marked the end of a remarkable journey from troubled youth to respected actor, proving that people can overcome their past mistakes and build meaningful, successful lives.